Welcome, Black.
Welcome, Black. You are listening to the Seedz of Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind podcast,
where we discuss legacy, history, resistance, and forward movement. The revolution is live.
We are Black.
I am Dr. Asantewa Sunni-Ali.
I am Aiyisha T. Obafemi.
And I am Princess Mdaiyah Yisrael.
Are you sure?
I was like, what name you about to say and how many? Okay. I thought we was going to get the Shakura, the Sunni-Ali. Go ahead.
All right. And I am Princess Mdaiyah Yisrael.
All right.
And we are Seedz of Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind.
Wow. Every intro, they change the intro every time.
We don't have to use it. We can just,
I'm with it.
Cut it out.
So yeah, you need to cut it. Yeah, so for the viewers, you see somebody on the screen. You see somebody. Who's that sister?
Hey, who that is?
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Shalom Lakulam, peace to all. I'm N'eeekah Amunah Talmeedyahu. I'm her campaign manager, and I also teach for our private school.
Okay.
Welcome.
So soft spoken. Wow. All right. Welcome. Welcome. All right. So campaign manager, like what?
So who's campaigning?
Who's campaign manager are you?
I am Princess Mdaiyah's campaign manager.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. And so Princess Mdaiyah is running for.
I am running for Hancock County Board of Commissioner, District 2 chair. Representative, basically, to represent my district, which is like, I would say at least 20 or 30 miles of the county. Mm-hmm. It's a really big district. And so, my campaign is to bring change. My slogan, obviously, is we can do better because we can and we will. Mm-hmm. And, it's just a lot to unravel in it, but
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
So let's start with like why?
Yes.
Like a daughter of the whirlwind, a seed of revolution. Like I think we can, the audience, we can kind of gather. But like, what made you say that I'm gonna go for this? I'm gonna participate in electoral politics in this way.
Wow, that's a good question because growing up the way we did, it was like that wasn't something that we just. Thought, hey, get into the politics.
Right.
But being in Hancock County won. Just some statistics about it. Hancock County is 93% Black, African American, colored, however you want to label those terminologies. And being that it's the blackest county in the state of Georgia. Hancock County used to be the wealthiest county in the state of Georgia. Mm-hmm. Of course, that was off of the backs of our ancestors, slaves and sharecroppers. Mm-hmm. During that time, it was a bug that came through and destroyed the crops. And so it brought down the value of Hancock County. Mm-hmm. Hancock County is now one of the poorest counties in the state of Georgia. And because we are the population there, I just felt I couldn't not do something, my motto is whether I win or not, I'm going to do something to help bring change and bring a better outcome for our people. Mm-hmm. When I moved there 6 years ago, I was really shocked and saddened to see the state of our people. Like, people were walking up to me like, you're so exotic. And I'm like, I just came from Atlanta. I grew up in the Southwest side, Swats,
right. The big city.
It's not exotic, but the way I presented myself, they were like, but you have your natural hair and you have nose rings and you're wearing all these skirts. And I just saw my people really struggling for culture and understanding, it's just up the block. what you see, how you see me is right up the street, just, you know. And so that started to eat at me too. Like, what can we do to expose our people here? You know, my children were in the public school system when I first moved there. Well, no, we were homeschooling first, and then we went to the public school system. And even noticing that was like a shock, like how the level of education was very low. And that was really just, like, it just, you know how you just swallow something and just don't taste good. It just didn't taste good.
Yeah,
and it
left
just
a bad
didn't look
taste in your
good.
mouth.
Yeah. And so Hancock County, like when you there, you feel the richness. You can feel like the empowerment of our ancestors.
Yeah,
You
the
can feel
spirit.
energy
The
is
spirit.
there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you get to that county, you know this is history.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And so part of me wanting to be a part of this campaign is because we live there. And so to bring change, you have to get out there and do something. Right. We can't just talk about it. You know,
gotta be about it.
Yeah, exactly. How we were taught. Don't talk about it, be about it. So that's where we are. I'm doing my best to be about it. And by being about it, you know, we're going into the communities. We are, you know, talking to the people, not just saying, "Oh, I'm here and I'm going to do this." I'm actually talking. When we go into communities, we ask the questions, the hard questions. What is it that you all need first and foremost? What is it that you have not received? You know, all these years. Right. You know, and how can we be of help to you all? Not y'all of help to me, but what can we do? Because honestly, we're outsiders. Right. You know, they've lived there all their life. Right. We're coming in
generations, probably.
Believe me, like generations. Like you will see families, you like, whoa, but they're there, you know. And because Hancock County was such a populated county, Sparta, the city of Sparta was such a populated city of our people and slaves, you know, and sharecroppers. Like Sparta, the city, was built by sharecroppers. So, you know, all of that just energizes me because I'm like right now I feel like the work that we're doing is the work that our ancestors started, and we're in the process of helping to bring it more to life, and in some ways finishing it. You know, so.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
it is.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you first told us about it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big undertaking. But I'm not surprised.
Right.
I mean, and you can do whatever you set your mind to. So
Yeah.
We're
I was
here
going to say it's
support
nothing
you.
that she can't do.
yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And yeah, I mean, like you said, you want to make it better where you live. You know, leave your community more beautiful and beneficial than when you inherited it. So I think it's very commendable that you're doing that.
Well, two things. One, when I hear the word slave, you
sound like me. I be like, ugh. Just say
so
our
our people,
ancestors.
our people were enslaved. Yeah, so Africans who were, you know, enslaved, because slave just further dehumanizes, you know, our folks, and we want to name them, you know, and we don't, unfortunately, we don't know the names, all of the names, but we know that they were African people. Yes. And so I want to offer that. Yeah. And then also, you know, in thinking about this work, this campaign, a lot of questions came to mind. Like one, like, you know, what are the people saying that they need? You know, because I think that when we think about the needs of, you know, you talked about it being the poorest. Is it the poorest county? One of the poorest counties in the state of Georgia. And I think that oftentimes the needs of, you know, the poorest or the most needy, right, is reflective of the needs of all of us. You know, just like we say, like, you know, you liberate one, you liberate all. Or, you know, we're not free till everyone is free. And so if there are needs that are not being met, you know, in this community, it's highly likely that, you know, we all might have some of those needs. Could you talk about what folks have expressed in terms of not only their needs, but what they want to see? Like what is the vision of the people for Hancock County?
If I
Yeah.
So I would like to just first give a little background, if that's okay. I've only
Please.
lived in Hancock County. Going on June 30th, it'll be 2 years that I've lived in Hancock County. And when I noticed it was a small town, it reminded me of the town I was almost raised in, Eastover, South Carolina, and it's a small town as well. Has a lot of potential, but it's small. And one of the things that I would hear as I was shopping in some of the local stores, I heard elderly people saying the prices are too high for the food that we have to buy. Like, I was complaining about it too, but I actually heard elders, and that kind of disappointed me because I'm like, our town should be able to offer comfort for our elders. This is supposed to be their year of, retirement or whatever they are going through. They shouldn't have to be struggling and complaining about such things. And then we've heard together at the council meetings that a lot of the people want change and they want opportunity. They are actually saying that we want somebody who's going to actually do something and care about us. And also the health system there too. So I haven't been there that long, so I can only speak on what I've actually heard the people complain and say to us personally.
Right.
Yeah, and as N'eeekah Amunah said, the health system there is, we don't have a hospital there. There was a hospital there years ago, and there was Black doctors there.
So the closest hospital is Milledgeville?
The closest is either Milledgeville, Augusta, Greensboro.
Goodness.
Or, what's the other? Macon.
And how far is that, in terms of mile?
Greensboro is about 40 minutes. Milledgeville is about 35. And then Macon and Augusta are an hour.
That's too far.
Too far.
Yeah.
Because we just talked the other day.
More than 10 minutes.
Right, exactly.
Right,
yeah, if you have an emergency.
But they're not 24 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
They're from 8 to 4.
Right.
And it's really only, one clinic and then a health department. But the health department's so big, and what they, they don't offer too much. So, that's one of the biggest battles there, and that's why there's not a lot of employment or jobs available, because who's going to come and put a factory there, and if something happens to their worker,
they have nowhere to go.
To the hospital?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's one of the disadvantages of our people there, and also the disadvantage of getting proper health care and able to save lives. The stories that you hear about children who have passed away, elders who have passed away. Like during COVID hit that community hard because of the medical
the lack
disadvantage, right? The lack of medical, facilities there. And there is like a senior citizen center there, but they got hit with COVID hard. It's like they have little pockets of things, but then they don't have the outreach to be able to take care of what is there. One thing I love about Hancock County is it's a strong community. Because like you said, it's generations of families there. So it's very strong. Everybody knows each other. They know us and we don't know them. Okay.
Right.
They go, oh, y'all them people.
Right.
Y'all
the Africans.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing that. Okay. And as soon as they, y'all Israel. Okay. Yeah. We know y'all. But that just shows you their closeness, because they gonna peep you as soon as you come in.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say y'all are the newbies.
Right. As soon as you cross that line, they like, the alarm goes off. Their phones start ringing. Yeah. But that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Because that shows you the security and the collectiveness and the connectiveness they have as a community. But it's our job to go in there and let them know we're not coming to take over. We're coming to help. We're coming. We came here because the city is not what's happening. We came here because we know this is better for us. But how can we make it better for everybody? Right. And so like I said, the hospital is the biggest challenge. Getting, there's different people in the politics in Sparta and Hancock County working to develop this to get the hospital back. But right now, the building that is there for a hospital is going to have to be knocked down because it has, asbestos and all type of other things that are not healthy for the community. So that's a challenge, because then what? You know, what clinic is going to come here? How is it going to happen? You know, and the bigger challenge is, I'm just putting it out there, the actual commissioner, the one who sits as the commissioner board, the head, when it came last year, it was an opportunity to have a hospital there. She vetoed it. You know, and she's not of us. But our people are the ones suffering the most.
Right.
You know, she can get up and probably go wherever she wants.
Right.
Our people cannot.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, so that's part of the reason why also that, you know, we're doing this running, because we need our people. We need truly us in these positions to fight these battles that our people can't fight on their own.
Right.
You know, and a hospital.
How many people
important.
are running for this seat?
For this seat, the incumbent, he's running.
How old is he?
That man got to be like 50 something.
Okay.
You know, and he's not, you know, of our
Not doing the
persuasion.
job.
Yeah, and he's, you know.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. If
And
all of
besides
these
him,
issues-
how many other people?
And then there's one other one, another sister running. Her name is Angela. Her husband actually used to be a doctor there. He's passed. He passed some years ago, but he was an OB doctor actually, and so she's running, and she was born and raised there. Okay. And so you know, her family's there and stuff like that. But you know, me and her, we cool. You know, she knows I'm running against
right, as you should be.
And but we also have we've sat in other conversations prior to this. So that's why I said whether we win or lose, we're still going to be working to build this community, to uplift our people, because that's the whole thing. It's not about me sitting in one position. It's about being able to help our people no matter what we're doing, no matter what title we have attached to our names. One of the goals that we're doing in the community that we're about to do is we're about to actually have a big community day where we will actually talk to the elders, because we've had some tell us we can't get our grass cut, or you know, we have pipes that are broken, and we have brothers in our community. That's what they do. They have a lawn service. They have a lawn service. So we're going to be supplying these needs for them for free. This is not something we're charging our elders for, because we supposed to be taking care of them. They took care of us, you know. And then we're going to go in and fix windows that may be broken, you know, or fix pipes or paint. You know, we had an elder tell us how she had a guy say he cut her tree down, and the tree fell on her house. And the guy lied to her and told her he had insurance, but he got the insurance after it fell, and she suffered for months, you know, and she had to come out of her own pocket. But the community, the leadership in the community didn't come and help her.
Right.
You know, so it's like those stories are so heartbreaking for me, because I'm like, how do y'all have these pillars, these elders, and y'all just letting them just go by the wayside, you know?
Suffer,
So, and so one of our goals is to provide a space for where elders and children can have, you know, a park, a nice park, because there's no park in Hancock County.
Wow.
For them. The
Is
park
there a
that's
community
is run
center
down.
at all?
No, the community center. It used to be a skating rink, but they won't even allow you to rent it to do skating. You know, we've been trying to do that for the longest of time, but they hold community debates there and things, but not for the children. There is a community center where, you know, you could do basketball. It's for the after school program, but even that center needs help.
Needs fix.
You know, the football field is like nothing. Like it's like poles hanging down, broken. You got overgrown grass, the fences, the benches. Like there's nowhere for our children to be able to come and say, hey, I'm proud to come and play baseball in this field, and invite another city to come play, because where are they going to play? Where are they going to sit? You know, how are they really going to enjoy themselves? So, you know, our county needs a lot of love. Needs a lot of attention. It needs people to come and say, we have y'all. We got y'all. You know, and then it needs leadership to say, we want this for our people. Not to shun things or dismiss things because they don't want to feel like, oh, well, if we give this to those people, which is us,
right,
then we're going to have more power. But we're the majority here, you know? So we have to figure out a way to rebuild Hancock County, rebuild the city of Sparta. And it's going to take more than just the citizens there. It's going to take people from other towns, bigger towns, to come in and say, hey, what do y'all need? How can we help? With the education system, as I spoke of earlier, it's the lowest on the education when it comes to the statistics of education. It's the lowest.
Wow.
On those scoreboards, it's at the very bottom. And that's sad, you know. But part of that is because of the lack of support and the like I said, the leadership there, those who are in the mayors and the council people and the commissioner boards, they're not fighting for the better of the community.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
One of the things that I really appreciate and, obviously not surprised about is hearing you both articulate that, whether or not, you earn the seat, you will do the work, that you're invested in the work. And I would even say, to our listeners out there, the work is already being done. You're already doing the work. With the medical, center that you're building, with the school that you already have. And so, my question is, how do you see yourself maybe integrating some of the work that you are doing on the land with, some of the community work? So how might the community benefit from the medical center that you're building, or even, benefit from, or, have opportunities to enroll or engage with the school that you already have? So maybe talk about some of the things that you already have in place, that
Are beneficial.
Most folks that hold, political office positions don't necessarily have in place. They have the title, but they don't necessarily have the institutions and the initiatives and the experience of building in community. So I think that's what sets you apart. But I'm wanting our listeners to hear, some of the details around what you already are doing.
Okay. With the school, it offers opportunities for other children, like I say, to get
And what's the name of the school?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Goshen Hebrew Academy at Temple Kifarim. And like I said, I'm one of the teachers there. I teach Hebrew, but just beginners Hebrew basics. And I believe it offers a great opportunity for children to have not just their main curriculum, but they also have extracurriculum. They have a lot of studies about their culture, the history, and not just the history of that we're just spoon-fed in our regular schools where, we have certain things taken off the books. But it offers a great education, and it also offers opportunities for other people to volunteer. And you want me to speak on a little bit about the opportunities with, and like you had asked about how could, I guess, we correlate all those together. I believe it offered job opportunities, and even like learning about an agrarian lifestyle, which is learning the land. I believe that it will offer opportunity for a lot of people to get back to learning how to garden, because I believe, and we should all believe, that gardening is a necessity. It's not just a hobby.
Absolutely, yeah.
Learn how to grow your food and things like that in urban farming, which are programs that I've actually heard about and been told about in Texas that you can incorporate in any county if you want, to get the people involved in the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, a life skill.
Yes.
It is a life skill. And we should know how to grow the food that we eat.
Absolutely.
At the very least, grow. Like, what do you like? You like cucumbers? Grow your cucumbers.
Yeah. Start small, and then you can expand.
And expand as you grow. Yes. And some things that to add to what N'eeekah Amunah said, we also have skill training where we do construction, building. We have music classes if you want to be in the music, where you can learn how to make beats or record. We also have sewing classes. We have Spanish. We teach, so we have multiple languages. We teach Hebrew and Spanish. We also have art is a big aspect of our school, where we not just do art as in drawings and paintings, but art as in theater and drama. You know, we are providing something that is what we call it is a learning. I'm drawing a blank, but basically our students they build their pathway. You know, we don't build a path. We don't have a generic what do you call it, syllabus and say, hey, this is for everybody. We understand that every single person, every single student has a different outlook on life.
Right.
And they have to be educated differently. So we look at even that. When our students come to us, we interview them, we interview the family. So we get to know who they are and what they need. Not just what we can provide, but what do y'all need and how can we actually, in some ways, curve what we're doing to make sure you are getting what you need. You know, that's one of the biggest things. And then outside of that, you know, like she said, the jobs. Like we have men on the land who build houses, who are bricklayers, who, you know how to do plumbing, electrical work. You know, so all of these things are aspects of our school, which we make sure that we are teaching and bringing to our students. And opening it up so that once they leave and they want to go into that field, they have those certificates. And they have the skill set because they have actually done it. They can actually say, hey, I built that house or I painted those walls and I learned and I did it through learning through school. And our enrollment is for any and everybody. Right. You don't have to be a Hebrew Israelite. You don't have to call yourself that or anything. We have students who do not, you know, walk in that path. So we're welcoming to all all shapes, size, colors,
creeds.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the medical part of it, I'm glad you brought that out. We're still in the process of working on that whole concept. But the medical, the Institute of Learning, actually, it's a medical institute of learning. It's not an actual clinic. But what it is, you know, a lot of these schools now have where you have an Institute of Learning and you can come in and still get the help you need, holistic help you need. And so our community, our Medical Institute of Learning will actually be on the outskirts of our community so that it will be open for all of the community of Sparta, Hancock, and anyone else who wants to come. You can come from Africa if you want to. You can come from Europe, Canada.
From Africa to Hancock.
Hello. So, you know, but it's open for everybody. And we're doing it that way because we understand that the need for medical is beyond just having one place for people to go to. But our center is going to be centered around teaching and healing. So we'll have musical healing therapy. We'll have acupuncture. We'll have acupuncture classes for people to come and train and get certified. You know, we'll have doula certifications, midwifery certifications. And we'll have doctors on staff as the educators so that they'll be able to teach with those degrees that they have attained and also be able to see and heal students and patients, because some of our students might be patients. Some of our patients might become students. You know, so it's built for the whole community. You know, and then another thing that we are building in our community is a senior living high-rise apartments where we are providing low-income housing for those who need it in the community. So we live there and we live on all these acres, but we are opening up our community so that it benefits the city as a whole. It's not just for us. Right. You know, we have quite a few projects we're working on, but those are the most essential, as you brought out, Asantewa. Those are the most essential.
Wow, who can compete with that?
Listen.
Are any candidates like coming with that? I mean, like if I was in Hancock County, like, yeah, I'll be voting for you because not, you're my sister, but not because of that, but because you are about it. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. Like, we get so much lip service from, folks who are running for political office, and and it's just that, it's lip service. It's not, action. They don't have the experience, or sometimes the experience is embellished. So to hear you talk about these things that you're doing prior to even running, Right. These are things that you're just passionate about, things that, are obviously, connected to who you are as a person. And I think, that kind of leads to my next question, which is what we also can kind of close with. You just speaking to how your upbringing prepared you, for even running the campaign, certainly, to play the role. I mean, I think you're beyond qualified. I think anybody who's listening,
definitely,
because usually people are talking about the things that you're talking about in terms of a vision and not something that's actually being executed. And then when people are talking about those things, they're talking about having government funding and support to be able to do those things. And so the fact that you're already doing it and you're saying, okay, in partnership, I can, reach more people and I can do more. I don't know if it's a question, but like how, how did you, because maybe I just answered it, but how did your upbringing prepare you? And like, what makes you, and maybe both you and the campaign manager can answer this, like what makes you the best person for this job?
Well, that's a good question. Honestly, for me, the best person, that's a big title. But I think the qualified person for me is the fact of what you said, like we're doing the work. I always say a title is nothing if you don't have the work behind it. Like you can call me a wife, but if I'm not being a wife, then what's the point of having that title? So before I even thought about it, I'm laughing because my husband actually was like, I want you to run. Y'all know Prince, he pushes. But he saw what the need was, and he was like, you're doing so much, you can do this, And so I prayed about it, had my conversations with the Creator about it, and asked him how does he see me going about this? And the biggest thing I think that that we spoke on is the work, continuously doing the work no matter what we're doing, no matter where we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if I go to Milledgeville, I'm still going to talk about this. I've told people like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I live in Hancock County and this is what we're doing, And when I chose my campaign manager, I looked at her ethics. And because, on a spiritual level, she's my spiritual daughter. And just seeing who she is and how she was raised, I was like, yes, she will completely understand what the goal is. And also because we live on the land together, she's doing the work side by side with me, and it's important that you make these ties and connections and you have someone who is doing that with you, because then they can understand the vision without you even saying it at times. It's a lot of things I don't have to say. She's just on it. She knows exactly what to do. And so, when it comes to this community, one thing that stuck out to me when we were in the community is we just want somebody to come and listen to us. And then you came to our community. You came and we didn't ask you to, and you came just like, hey, I'm here. What do you need? So I think, that's the first key, is being able to listen to what the people want.
You have anything to add?
Absolutely. I'll try to be quick. I believe she's more than qualified, because before it was even brought to me that she wanted to run, I had already seen the love, the motivation, and the passion and the works that she had for the people. Last year we had a ball for our school, and I remember we did not have catering. She was catering. I remember she told me, she was like, and I believe I was teaching for the school. She was like, I have to cook some things, and I'm going to be doing this. And she was like, if you'd like to come over, that's fine. She didn't say, I need your help. No, she just put it out there, and I was like, okay, I would like to come and help you. I was over there, and I saw this woman cook. she cooked, she was preparing, she was decorating, she didn't miss a beat. And I was just like, wow. And like she's the second woman in my life who I've seen work as hard as she works. I try not to get emotional. I lost my mother February of cancer. And I just feel like she embodies that same energy that I saw my mother have. My mother, she did the same thing. She ran events. She would not beg for help. She just did it, and she didn't complain. And Princess Mdaiyah doesn't complain. She does it. And that same energy she has, and I'm more than honored to work with her because I've seen her do the work before this was even brought up. So I know that people would appreciate the mother in her, the spirit in her, and just the warrior in her to want better for our people.
Oh, so beautiful.
Thank you. And hugs.
I know.
Hugs. Yes,
Oh, we are very proud of you.
Yes, beyond.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited that, the work is happening. Like, either way, and the people will benefit from all of the work that you're doing. So, continue. And I do hope that you get support. Because, too often we're having to do that work on our own. And we don't complain, but we deserve support, in all the ways, So I hope that you do get the support. However, not however it comes. It needs to be good support. It needs to be, ethical and grounded and aligned with who you are. But I hope that you're able to get that support.
Yes.
Me too. Talk about how people can reach you, follow the campaign, or what they can do.
Well, I do want to say our community is very supportive. Like when we're out there in the communities, they're coming with us. So that's a beautiful thing. And to find us, to get the information, you can email myself or N'eeekah Amunah at votemdaiyahYisrael@gmail.com. That's vote, MDAIYAHYISRAEL@gmail.com. And of course, we're on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. We have our personal pages up, but you can reach out to us there. And then also for our school, Goshen Hebrew Academy at Temple Kifarim. You can go on our website, which is Goshen Hebrew Academy at templekifarim.org, or you can email us at Goshen Hebrew Acad templeKifar@gmail.com. However you reach us, we are available. I won't say 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but we are available for most of the time, and we will get back to you at our earliest to answer any questions, or even, if you want to come and support, because you don't have to live in Hancock County. Once again, you don't have to live in Hancock County to support your people. And I just, my prayer is that this allows even other counties that are struggling to get support. Because that's the biggest thing, is when you can support a small county, it's the wealth that comes from that. It's beyond the I'm not talking about wealth and money. I'm talking about the wealth and the people and the growth is what is most impactful. So, I'm a pull on my network, my peoples.
Yeah.
But so thank you for
Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You've rewritten. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, one more thing. I am very grateful for our husband's support. My husband has been definitely there to support us all the way, and I'm grateful for it.
Ashe.
I like having a husband support. So.
Ashe. Shout out to the husband. All right. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Both of you. Yes.
Got this.
Yes. Princess Mdaiyah for president.
Yeah.
Let's just skip let's go all the way.
So you have been listening to the Seeds of Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind podcast. Be blessed.
Look for me in the whirlwind.
Hey, revolutionaries. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Seedz of Revolution, Daughters of the Whirlwind podcast. To join the family, like, subscribe, and share with who you think should be a part of the fam. Comment if y'all want us to cover specific topics or if you have questions. Peace.